Picture this: rows and rows of abundant crops that produce safe and nutritious food for us all, because healthy soils produce healthy food, and healthy food makes us healthier. What is the secret? One answer lies in the ground beneath our feet, the soil that we stand on. Most of us probably wouldn't even give it a second thought, but soil is more precious than we know. Why? Let's find out. Soil is a valuable resource that directly or indirectly provides us with 98% of our food. Plants and animals rely on the nutrients and water in the soil to grow. Therefore, the healthier the soil, the healthier will be the food on our plates. Soil is a mix of minerals, water, air, and organic matter. The organic matter in the soil stores about, hold your breath, 2,500 billion tons of carbon. This huge natural sink not only helps conserve carbon, it also boosts the fertility of the soil, buffering water, air, and nutrients. In many agricultural systems, there is more life below ground than above ground. Soils are underground cities, teeming with creatures, animals, fungi, bacteria, and other microbes, all going about their jobs and working together to shape natural and agricultural ecosystems. The interactions between these species helps plants grow better, sustain ecosystems, increase yield, and provide more nutritious food for everyone. So, you may be wondering, if soil is so beneficial, wouldn't people care for it better? Unfortunately, not well enough. There are only 14.9 billion hectares of land on the Earth's continents. Of this, 4 billion hectares are forests that naturally conserve healthy soils. 3.2 billion hectares are grasslands, and 1.6 billion hectares are for crop production. Soils usually undergo degradation when natural ecosystems such as forests are converted to agricultural land. About 80% of agricultural land suffers from moderate to severe erosion. Annually, this translates to about 30 billion tons of soil loss. Heavy soil tillage and intensive use of inputs like fertilizers speed up decomposition of the soil's organic matter, that is, carbon. 135 billion tons of carbon have been lost through human-induced decomposition of organic matter, accelerated erosion, and leaching. Erosion by wind and water further accelerates this process. The stored carbon is released into the atmosphere, fueling global warming. An average 47 tons of organic matter have been lost from each hectare of fields and pastures. Figure this: compared to an average global cereal yield of 4 tons per hectare, we also lose about 6 tons of soil to erosion on that same area. Soils that took millennia to develop are being eroded in just decades, ending up in rivers, lakes, streams, and the sea. As if this wasn't enough, soils also suffer salinization, compaction, and pollution, a direct consequence of human activities. Degraded lands and ecosystems, eutrophication of water bodies, and in the long term, an increased risk of global food insecurity. Clearly, we can't go on like this. We must ask ourselves, how can we preserve and improve soil health? Fortunately, centuries of farmer experience and agricultural research offer solutions to keep soils intact and healthy. For example, many communities around the world follow good agricultural practices such as reduced tillage, permanent soil cover, intercropping, carbon and nutrient recycling, using compost, and soil and water conservation measures. These good practices help decrease soil degradation, reduce soil erosion, and replenish the organic matter content in tropical, temperate, and boreal soils. If such regenerative techniques are made more widespread, we can halt the damage to our soils, preserve and start improving them, while also ensuring a continuous supply of healthy food. At Nestlé, we have proactively started working on this. We are striving to establish traceability back to the farm and gain visibility to support farming practices in all our value chains. By knowing the precise origin of our materials, we can support farmers and help them employ regenerative and sustainable practices. Managing nutrients judiciously, enhancing crop diversity, and using conservation agricultural techniques, manure and compost are practices that will help keep the soil healthy and thus food and feed safe. These good practices will improve soil ecosystems, maintain soil integrity, and replenish soil carbon stock and protect the climate, thus ensuring future generations enjoy healthy food and a safe climate.